Saturday, Saturday is Tiswas Day. Saturday, Saturday, Saturday is Tiswas. Never a day to miss, 'cause Saturday is Tiswas Day.
And we must succeed. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am on a battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Turn me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got a lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
No, sir. All 13. And only fucking 13. There's nothing after that. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. That was, oh, man. Was it worse than Orphan 55, right? That's always got to be, the question to be asked, right? Because that's the worst Doctor Who got. And fuck you, people who say the TARDIS Child was worse. The TARDIS Child was more damaging. But in terms of shit, Orphan 55, that was the worst. Was this worse than Orphan 55? Well, this seems to be the final mutation of queer Doctor Who. Something that has wall-to-wall queer people and only queer people. They're the only people in the universe. And this is, I think how people view it. I saw my mate Dan being slandered on Twitter by Ben Cook. Right. Now, Dan is much more trans-friendly than I am. Like, I don't have a problem with you being trans. I have a problem with it being, what's the line? I believe trans is a kink, right? And I have trouble with trans being normalized because it's not. I think it's somebody's sexual acts, right? That's my belief. You have your belief that women can have penises. I have my belief that people saying that are in the midst of a sexual act, right? That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. I get it. It's an exercise. It just looks like they're getting off. I'm sorry. It looks like they're getting off on forcing you to pretend that them forcing you to pretend to lie, forcing you to lie knowing you lie. It's a real feeling of power, right? And I'm saying these are terrible people. And I figure, and that's like, the modern trans person. I think the normal trans person that we had, up until whatever it was, 10 years ago when things got crazy, they were fine. They would just sit down and be waved up the women's clothes. It was fine. There was no look at me. Oh, yeah, you all look closely at me. And you accept it? You all accept it? Oh, you're big. Don't just coexist. No. And it's got to be thrust, and I use that word unadvisedly, into every facet of existence, including and especially places where children are, right? Family entertainment, yes. So, yeah, I object to that, right? And that's not saying, oh, you guys, dead trans people existing. I have no problem with them existing. I have no problem with, people who like to put those, weird leather dog masks on and, be fucked up the arse. If that's what you like, fuck it, enjoy it, baby. Right? I'm genuine. I have no problem. I have a problem with that happening in Tesco's. And then when you complain, you go, well, what's wrong with you, bigot? Right? Yeah. Just keep your adult sexuality in private. That's why you cannot have queer Doctor Who. You cannot have a queer family program. Oh, because being queerness incorporates very explicitly adult sexuality. Hey, let's see if we find any. I think I moved the folder. Pride parades, right? Pride parades are disgusting. I'm sorry. They're just deeply immoral. Yeah, I think I put it over here. 1 second. Let's have a look. Doink. I should have a folder. Oh, no, it's not there. Oh, I bet it's still here. Did I not move that? I thought I moved it. Where did I put it? Oh, man. Here. I'm sure it's over here. Here it is. Right here. Duh. Okay, something like this. Yeah. I think this is wrong and degenerate. I don't think I'm being hateful to them to saying, I think this is wrong and degenerate. Right? I don't think I like live and let live. Right? But like, let's have public decency. Right? It's not public decency. I'm sorry. Right? And I'm sorry to have to I'm sorry you forced the fucking issue. Right? Nobody really want to have this conversation that no, you stepped over the line. Right? No one really wanted you to have this conversation. You fucking issue. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. I think this is degenerate. I think this is queer life. And look, it's in the middle of the fucking street in literally broad daylight, right? How can you say there's you don't support this? This is what the queer world is, right? This is nothing about being gay. Fuck me. Most gay people are normal and like to have sex in private, right? I know. That just seems to be the way to go, right? There's some things you should do in private, right? Pee, if you can. Poo, definitely. Have sex. Display your sexuality. You should definitely do that in private, right? Someone come downstairs. Dad, I can't right now. Oh, you got it? Good. Okay, very good. Sorry, my daughter just came down so she can get an extension cord so she can charge her phone when she goes back to the military with her little fluffy dog, Lola, right? Who everybody loves Lola. Because Lola is a cute dog, let me tell you. Lola's a insanely cute dog. Oh, Lola's... I'm going to change topic for a second, right? Because, oh, God, Lola's so much better to talk about. Let me get you a picture of Lola. So she... okay, firstly, my daughter's been staying a few days because she got Lola fixed. Yeah, I'll say, let me get that picture. And I'm like, that's really, there's no real way in Jewish law that's okay, right? I mean, it's not my dog, it's not my business. So I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I mean, we had our own dog fixed as well, right? How did I get this picture? Oh, there is one. Hang on, and then there's this one. Doink. There you go. So this is over here now. Boomering everything. There you go. Doink and doink. That goes over here. Bit of Lola action. Okay, you're going to appreciate this aside. Let me tell you, it's better to do that. This degenerate shit. Doink. Share screen. Doink. That's Lola. Okay. That's Lola. So she's on an Israeli army base now, and Lola's very popular because she's super friendly. Oh my God, she's teeny tiny as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? My daughter's kind of short. So she's had a little bit of surgery on her leg That's why she's been here. Oh, I guess we got to talk about Doctor Who again. Anyway, yeah, look. God bless you if you're the queer world, but like most of the world isn't. I don't know what to tell you. Most of the world isn't queer, and a lot of the world really finds it very, very offensive. I'm not saying I actually don't. I'll be honest with you, I really genuinely don't. You know I don't. But most of the world does. I mean, like last week we had an episode in where was it? Late Nigeria. Yeah, Shooter Cat will be thrown off a roof for this episode if he's there, right? Most of the world finds it deeply offensive. And I'm sorry that's the reality, but it's still reality. You know, I grew up in the 80s when, you know, I think the gay world was treated shittily over AIDS. I had no idea about it. I was a kid, right? If I was the person I am now then, I would have made a point, and I really believe I would have done, actually. I would have made a point to go to AIDS walls to just visit with people, because I think that's what they really needed. Right? I think the religious world really missed the trick by not doing that, showing kindness at that moment. Right? And unconditional kindness. Right? Saying, look, we're different, but you're a human being, you're suffering in pain and often alone. Right? Yeah, I'm not denying that. Right? I'm not in denial of that. I think, if you're gay, you should be able to live your life free. And however you want. And I'm a Bible thumper. I believe God, you know. I think the Bible is very anti-gay, very anti-queer. I don't think there's any real way around that, right? Again, but also, you know, for me, I think theological thought is you're supposed to, you know, not there's things that everybody does that, you know, the Bible frowns upon. I mean, look, honestly, if you're Jewish, you get frowned upon for eating shrimp. Oh, I miss shrimp. I do, and bacon. I do. I miss bacon. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I beg of you. If next time you eat bacon, right, you just think of me, go, oh, Rabbi, I'm enjoying this for you. Because bacon is awesome. Oh, God bless you, right? Yeah, but Doctor Who was shit. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Doctor Who is shit. Oh, God. Wasn't wildly anti-Israel, and I really thought it was going to be. But was not. And then it's like got really, what's the word? What's the word in the X-Files? The X-Files, you had like regular episodes, they did mythology episodes, right? They had to put a bunch of mythology. Fuck off, Russell. This isn't real Doctor Who, right? This is not real Doctor Who. I mean, I find it have. I mean, the more they put in member bearers and connections to Doctor Who, the less it's Doctor Who. Like, you don't need to do that if it's Doctor Who, because it's Doctor fucking Who, right? If it's like, you know, mistily cast, miscast Doctor Who, which he is, Judy Gatwa. Judy Gatwa, as far as I've seen him, is a one-trick pony. Let's play this super gay. All right, that's what he is. That's the only thing I've seen him be able to do, right? That or an extra, and that's literally it. And I think I'm telling you. I mean, even when he played Romeo gay. Right? I mean, listen, get me wrong. Juliet was fat and ugly, but you know, I didn't see either of them banging. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, you had Susan turn up weirdly in the middle. I recorded on the Modern TARDIS set, so you should know she's coming back, right? It was stupid. It really was a member, but it was like put in for clicks. It really genuinely was. Mrs. Flood, spoiler, who gives a shit, is revealed as the Rani, and that makes no fucking sense, right? Like, she was like this all-powerful mythological creature. Now she's a Rani. And it's like, okay then. And like, how is she breaking the fourth wall, talking to camera all the time, right? So and then she bi-generated. I'm like, oh, fuck off with this, Russell. No, doing it more doesn't make it better. Oh, fuckwit. Oh, Russell T. Davis is a fuckwit. And the queer world, as I displayed it just now, is degenerate. I'll show you another piece. 1 second. There we go. We're not going to mess around. More pride. I don't know what this is, but I think it's going to be bad. Yeah. This is degeneracy. This is queerness. Am I framing this incorrectly? Like, is this happening in Pride Parades in broad daylight in the middle of the street? Is that happening? Yeah. I don't care that it's being allowed to happen. I find it degenerate. Right? I find it evil. I'm sorry. I'm going to vomit. I'm sorry. This is gross. But if that's what you're selling to me, right? And it seems to me you are very hard selling that to me, right? I don't want to buy it, mate. Right? And most of the world doesn't. Most of the world isn't queer. Again, that's a very fair representation of queerness, right? It's from in Pride Parade in broad daylight. Most of the world finds that degenerate. I'm sorry. No, most of the world finds that deeply, deeply offensive and will fucking kill you for it. I'm not exaggerating, right? That, I'm sorry to talk about the elephant in the room, mate. But that's the thing. That's the thing with queer warriors. They put the elephant in the room and they dare to talk about it. Dare, because if you do, you're a bigot. Oh, did you notice? You just hate queer people existing. No. I hate this normalization and a lack of any form of public decency. That. And again, I think I represent the vast majority of views in the world. In the world, certainly, but in like the Western world as well. Certainly in England, people are like, "Fuck off with this." Yeah, be gay. We don't mind. Keep your dicks in front of my kids. Right? Don't do your kinks with my kids. Oh, and this fantasy that everybody loves Europe. No, we don't. Oh, fuck off. No, we don't. Oh, did the FA Cup go long? Oh, that'd be awesome if it didn't go on. I bet it did. I know. Listen, honestly. I think this is so bad, so atrocious, so relentlessly queer that this is gonna draw media attention, right? Which was good for me, but like, it's insane, man. It's genuine. I'm trying to wrap my head around every level of shitness of it. The doctor even says camp about himself, right? And like winks, and it like the science is non-existent. It's so stupid. The doctor is dumb. The doctor is evil. The doctor says, "I hate you because you take revenge," and then takes revenge evilly. It's an absolute failure of an episode. Right? I think that's the way. It's a complete car crash. And this is the most expensive episode ever made. Somebody needs to take this out of Rusty Davis's hands. Right? Even though it means, a 50-year or permanent cancellation. I mean, it's a permanent cancellation. It's going to be really sad. I don't think so. I think it's got another crack at it. At the whip there, right? I think they're going to try again. But like, but it's going to be it could easily be 15 years. All right, might be longer. It might be 5 years. 5 years, I think, is probably. What do you think the minimum is? 3 years? I think 3 years is the minimum. All right, so we're at 2028. They might have a stab at it. See how it goes in before 2030. Right, that's where I think this is. It is. Oh man, is it the shitter? Oh god, it really was. It was a painful episode to watch. Was there anything good about it? I like the bad guys, the chief villain's performance. I thought he was quite good. I was really sure they were going to make them space Jews. Maybe they were. There's a evil corporation called Poppy Honey, so that's got to tie into was it Captain Poppy? You know, the from Space Babies, who was in it last week, right? And apparently they took all the honey or poppies or something from their planet Hellion to make flavoring for their honey, or so. I don't fucking know. Oh god, I'll be better tomorrow when I can do it. I mean, it was like this last week as well. Like, what the fuck's going on? There are dumb dings and the other dings. We do a ding. I like that. That's what last week sounded like to me. Oh god, yeah. Look, I'm sorry. Doctor Who isn't African, and Doctor Who isn't queer, right? No. That's not. I know there's this like real push to say everything other than Britishness is British. It's not, right? Britishness is British. This is white. Britishness is Britain is a very welcoming and egalitarian country. People like like London used to be great because it's super cosmopolitan. That's where I grew up, right? I love that. I loved how there was all these different people crammed together in London, and it was kind of like this weird personality. It's not like that anymore. Now it's all Muslim, right? And they with the Muslims go, we don't have enough rights. Oh, let's kill the Jews. Essentially, right? No. So this isn't English. I'm sorry. There's an exception. There's an acceptedness for queer life in England, but England isn't all queer. It's a tiny minority. Oh man, and there's just an inability to understand that. Right? There's a genuine. Maybe we should look at this. Where is this? There was a I was talking about this post on X where Dan was being slandered. Let me see if I can find him. Hang on. Is his Facebook on Twitter, isn't he? I think so. Hang on. Doink. Yeah, look at this thread. Oh man, should we want to go through all this stupidity? But yeah, I think this is really genuinely worth talking about before we get into the episode. All right, here we go. Don't put this over there. We go over here. There we go. Now we go share screen, because it really shows you the diseased, insane mentality that came up with this nonsensical garbage. All right, that they put on TV tonight. All right, I think nonsensical garbage is fine. So Fraser Gregory, whoever he is, says, this is where we are now. Review bombing before the show even airs. So that's what we're saying. It's 0 week, so Doctor Who fans have to suffer two double, it seems. Look, I hate Euro. I'm sorry. And I'm not really fond of queer Doctor Who. It's been it's a pain in the ass. Judy Gatt was awful at it. So I'm sorry, everything that all my life experience, which is far greater than yours, has led me to think this is going to be a painful. It was more painful than I could imagine. Doctor Who. Well, it's almost time in the history of Doctor Who. Stinkers have been few more obviously destined to be so before broadcast. Absolutely right. And here's the thing. Dan is one of them. He's far more fair than I am. Like, yeah, he's like, no, I'm going to give it a fair chance and a go. And he far more better than I am. Right? And no. If only there was a clue why a renowned transphobe! How's he a transphobe? Like, I don't think women have penises. Right? If you're a person with a penis who thinks you're a woman, I have no problem with that. Keep it to yourself. How about that? Why don't we all keep our little kinks to ourselves, right? Why don't we have an idea of public decency? Shall we do that? Yeah. Okay. And you know, I literally mean wish no ill to anyone, right? If that's a phobe in your bizarre little fucked up mind, then I think it might be a you problem, baby. But again, this is it. Your you problem, your insanity. That anybody might not be completely on board for your batshit insanity. Right? It's like you can't even comprehend. Well, the vast majority of the world are not on board with it. Might be shitting on this week's episode 2 weeks before they even seen it. Yeah, it's written by Juno Dawson. Right? I hate to tell you, like, Juno Dawson has written a book instructing children on how to make themselves available to be raped by adults. Right? That's what it's called when an adult has sex with a child. Right, and she goes in like real kid-friendly language how to get onto a sex app and how to find people. Yeah, no, yeah. So my description of it, written by somebody who's encouraged children to make themselves available to be raped by adults, I don't think that's really a good fit for Doctor Who. For the avoidance of any doubt, I don't have Mr. Hadley blocked. It's the other way around. Round transfer. Yeah. It's Dan just doesn't want to deal with batshit stupid little children like you that hide behind avatars. I mean, like you're not worth his fucking while. Hadley's always been a twat. Says Doctor Who positivity. Oh fuck! You see that? Nothing is more representative of this insanity than Doctor Who positivity. Hadley's always been a twat. Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're so fucking positive, right? But where's Ben Cook weighed in? Oh, Ben Cook is such a twat. Oh, here he comes. But is he in before? I thought it was in before, wasn't he? Oh, he's such a twat. Have you destroyed any more beloved features in Doctor Who magazine lately, Ben? And again, you know, like, it's funny. He's actually learned something from me, which I thought was quite impressive. They like normally their go-to thing is slag. But I always am very positive about Ben Cook's work because generally speaking, it's quite good. Right? You know, like I can't deny it. I bought his book twice. You know, it's quite impressive, right? Ben Cook, but aging Ben Cook, who still thinks he's 20. He's been lost down that rabbit hole for a while now. The other month, he went off on Doctor Who magazine for running a 2-page piece on LGBTQ plus history month. No, it wasn't just a 2-page piece. It was a 2-page piece amongst many pieces about the queer world. You got to understand that it's not family friendly. You cannot be queer and family audience. They are. Queerness is adult sexuality. It's just what it is. Most parents don't want to expose their children to it and are uncomfortable when their children are exposed to it. Maybe you've noticed Doctor Who's ratings and everything else about it is in the shitter. Did you notice? It started to, I mean, it was already falling off a cliff, but it started to really when it went super duper queer. Remember that? Right. 1 second. I'm just going to important message. Where we at? Okay. Hang on. Okay, fine. A little aside, right? A little aside. Maybe should. How can I get these pictures? But okay, on Thursday night, right? Thursday night was bonfire night in Israel, called Lag BaOmer, right? So it's really good news. And so the goes in, comes out, goes in, comes out. But she was out, right? And then she's out for a long time, right? Over a day. I'm like, oh, something happened to her. Did you get caught in a fire? She comes in and like half her leg is singed, right? I was like, she's limping. I was like, oh yeah. So anyway, I just got word. The vet said we sent pictures. Here, let me see if we get pictures of it. Hang on. Oh, I should do it that way. And was it? Let's see what the vet said. The vet said, as long as she is eating and drinking, it's not an emergency. I don't think it's an emergency. I was just like a bit freaked out. We can bring it anytime this week. My daughter will call, make an appointment, hopefully for the afternoon. Yay! Yeah, let me see if I can find pictures. Because again, look, Doctor Who is just agonizing. Oh, come on, open up. Oh, there you go. Yeah, here we go. Hang on. Let's put this over here. If I go do that. There you go. Right, you see, she's a bit singed. Like she comes in on Friday night, a bit singed. I'm like, oh, what happened to you, darling? Oh, so I mean, again, she's acting fine, but then she can't walk on that foot right now, right? Well, although again, she hates being trapped in though, right? But anyway, so the vet said, vet said, my pussy's fine, baby. Okay, fine. Ben Cook cannot conceive how Queer World cannot be for a family audience, right? Ben Cook is like, what could be, how could any reasonable person object in any way whatsoever? Let me give you another example. We got this actor. I'm scared. I don't want to get more like bizarre. What's that one? I don't know. Maybe we should just go for one we already looked at. They are pretty pretty scary things. Maybe what's this drag one? Let's have a look at this drag one. Yeah. These people have been gaslit into thinking this is okay. Yeah, no. This is degenerate. Yes, I know people standing around cheering. These are bad people. And these are the minority. These people only do it because they're told if they don't, they're bigots and racists. Right? By weird fucks like you. Yeah, this is disgusting. This is degenerate. And carry on happily. Just not, as a performance sport for children. I mean, that's really all we're saying. No! Oh, I'm so impressed. Oh, it impresses me so much not to rub my cock in a 4-year-old's face. Well, maybe being fucking impressed then. When even... I have no idea. Who's he trying to say? Why can't they ever say anybody's name? It's like Voldemort. He went... Is that an I? I have no idea. Some Facebook group is calling him out this shit. That should probably tell him something, but it won't. Yeah, Facebook groups. Oh, right, because you're right. They're so inclusive. All right, you were so able to say, "Fuck me," that Jodie Whittaker episode of Doctor Who was shit. You didn't get any shit for that at all, did you? Your life wasn't made miserable by just mentioning what a shit show Jodie Whittaker was as Doctor Who. Fuck you, Ben Cook. Oh, Facebook says it, so it must be true. But I can't tell you the actual group because I don't want anybody to find it. and again, Ben, so much talent, so little done with his life. Oh, God. Such a shame. It's the pity because he's a talented podcaster. You see, you got that from me. A fine interview. He actually is. But lately, he's feeling more interested in culture wars than having thoughtful conversation. Because you brought the culture wars to Doctor fucking Who. Right? We were fine. Not having culture wars and Doctor Who. And then you put it in. And then you shoved it in, and we mentioned it. You go, why are you obsessing about it? Because you just shut it out on my fucking chest. It's like literally this. Yeah, it's like you took a shit on my chest, and I go, what the fuck? Why are you obsessing about it? Because you took a shit on my chest, you pervert cunt. It's a pity. Again, he really thinks the theft of the issue. What, that you put it on all the time, and more a little deranged as opposed to people who question him. You mean? Yeah, we'll see how deranged he looks right now. Okay, he says if the modern day Mary Whitehouse, but yes, exactly. Why shouldn't 5-year-olds learn how to put dildos up their ass? Oh yes, we all think that. That's just mainstream, baby. Yes, and if you're not on board for that, he's positioning himself as the modern Mary Whitehouse. Fuck me. That's how awful you are, right? You make me side with Mary Whitehouse. I mean, you should think about that. You're that awful, but it seems a front to come in. Prejudice in my eyes. Dan, okay, Dan, so much he's going. So Dan hands them their ass. I'm not advocating for censorship. I'm pointing towards the lack of responsibility in editorial occupations with content topics the general public and much of the fan base are either tired or repelled by. It's evident by the amount of people not watching. Okay, there's 2 replies here. 1 second. The amount of people not watching. In your eyes, Fraser, we have some progress there. Congratulations. You may yet make it to a truly fully functional critical thinking adult one day. Deranged, half deranged. You don't have yourself out there, Dan, but you know I'm in your corner. I speak on matters effectively with conviction. Well, that is true. Whilst generally being classically liberal-minded, yeah, he is. I don't know. This guy's such a loser. Listen, look at me. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm a person. Nobody gives a fuck what you think, mate. Look at it. Look. No, nobody gives a fuck. Right? Genuinely, you're there as an example so I can show you what kind of fucked up weirdo thought Doctor Who was good, right? And to basically demonstrate the problem. The problem is queer supremacy. This inability to understand that everything all the time doesn't need to be queer, right? And it's called queer supremacy in my way, like white supremacy. A second, my wife's been really, really good. I've got to send a nice message. 1 second. That's why good Lord made emojis. Hang on. There you go. Doink. Just making sure that's not the family WhatsApp. Okay. No, good. Okay, fine. Yeah, look, this idea that everyone is queer is not true. I mean, not even all gay. Even gay people are a small minority of queer. Like, normal gay people aren't all queer, especially when they get in the fucking 50s, right? They're like, they don't want to stand and go, yay! For like Eurovision. Nobody gives a shit. It's too noisy. Get off my lawn. Anyway, with that, let's get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I think that was a reasonably fair preamble before we get to the actual meat and potatoes of the episode. Oh, God help us. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Not only is it like episode cringe levels of queer, it is cringe levels of queer. It's also super racist with evil genocidal space Jews as a villain. Well, I might be wrong there. I even cancelled being on Eurovision just to avoid saying the word Israel tonight. Yes, you did, you little racist cunt. You little racist cunt. Yes, you did. You have no believability whatsoever, Mr. Lovey actor, who all think this way. Right on brand for the BBC. There's Gary Lineker. Again, look, dude, don't act like we don't know you're not racist and perverts. You are. We all know this, right? It's the BBC. BBC are racists and perverts. I'm very proud of it. Anyway, very proud of it. It's also Dr. Alex. He'll straight back on the time machine. So much better entertainment. All right, on Dr. Alex's channel, he has an AI Richard Burton reading the time machine. It's so much better entertainment. Oh, that's a low bar, though, I have to say. OG is here. Hasn't seen it. Think it was shit. Oh, God. Super shit. Matthew J is here. Says, what was new points to me? Question. What was the point of building up Anita Dobson as the shite Rani over 2 seasons to make her subservient to the other actors as Rani? For Anita Dobson enjoying herself, essentially. Just weird. I mean, the second Rani actress actually seemed a lot more like the Rani. Anita Dobson was just crazy. Ian Scales is here. I saw a bit earlier today. I thought it was embarrassing, especially the acting. Yeah, and the other thing is they really missed out that they could have got so many musical cameos in here. I bet they musicians lining up to be in this super queer Doctor Who. Right, you had like all the acts in the Eurovision. I bet you could have got music stars doing that. And there was quite a meaty role for a woman who sang a song at the end, which was just annoying and pointless. But they could have had a lot more celebrity cameos, and I think that's what it was really made for. Apparently not. That again. Why didn't they get a celebrity in to do? I'm trying to get Taylor Swift or something. Right? I think that was the goal. We were doing fine. Darren Evans, how you doing, Darren? Thank you for joining us. Pat's AI Radio is here. How you doing, Pat's AI Radio? Wasn't a good episode. The Rani, of course, has been race swapped, and that did bother me. Again, I thought the other one was really pretty good. Paul Towson. River Steve Amaro is here. It's just the whole thing is just shit. It's like, remember when we heard about the plans for a Doctor Who cartoon in the 80s? It's kind of like that, just gay, right? Did the Daleks sing? No Daleks, no. Nothing at all connected to Doctor Who was in it. No, not even a Dalek. Petey Richards here, and he said, that bad? Yes. It was really 100% genuinely torture, right? I shit you not. It was torture. It was down there with one of the worst episodes of Star Trek Discovery, right? River Steve Ambrose here, and he says that Freddie Fox being called the kid, some of us were wondering if it was pushing the PTI to be added to the QT code. I don't know. What's P? Pansexual? Isn't it already added? I don't know. Pedophile? Oh, the kid. Oh, I don't know. I really thought they were going to be space Jews, right? Look at my lady Peters. I know. Lonnie is how you doing, Lonnie? Thank you for joining us. Give the rapper I like. He says, no, I can't disagree with you, sir. I can't disagree with you. Television is one of the biggest prime parades. All those chanting from the rivers and say, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, last week's episode, shooting at would have been thrown off a building. Right? I feel so at home in my Africa, in my Nigeria. Now, where's the nearest pride parade? What that thing? Everybody vote for Eurovision tonight. Oh yeah, she's a 7-10 survivor. Man, that's crazy. Juno on a bike. Says Neville. How you doing, Neville? Here we go. Fine. Sadly, the Stonewall community think they're the second. They do think they're the second coming. They fucked everything up wherever they touch. Man, I bet this got started with like 1 or 2 perverts in power. All right, I really do. I think it's something as small as that. I'm so glad I'm not watching the series. Oh, don't. Oh, it's really painful. Right? It's like when they do an American remake and it's bad. Right? It's like that. It really is painful. Right? Steve Ambrose said Trump smash. What did he smash? I don't know. Everyone saying Trump smash. The rumors were all exactly true, right? Bi-generating is how Time was given. I don't know, right? I don't know, but as soon as she bi-generated, then Anita Dobson was completely subservient to, the Indian the new injured superior Rani. And again, I don't want to take it away from her. She was good as the Rani. And she really filled out that role as a Rani in the 5 seconds she was on the air, right? Genuinely, right? Yeah. You know, I want to give credit where I can. She was very well cast, right? Anita Dobson, no. Anita Dobson is good to like get, you know, clicks. Hello, Whitey. How you doing? Now she's going to be asking to go out. No, you can't go out, right? I want the vet to see you first. Terrified Monk is here. Says the episode was shit. Yes, the episode was shit. We all agree. Hated being forced into everything. Well, they quite like forcing themselves in a lot. Yeah, look, who's surprised that the queer world like to force themselves into unyielding type places where they don't want to go? I would never kick out your kid. No, you're normal. Oh, these people are weird. At the other end of the spectrum is Candy Giles Benton series. Terrible, a complete waste of paper. I've read far better from Fabric. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, like, Benton seems like a bit of a duffer of a character, like, what's he doing now? Didn't he open a car lot? That would actually be more interesting, right? Not much competition on the even though it's a rubbish again. It is to become the competition. No. And it's so well protected. It's been the FA Cup and Eurovision, right? I reckon it should, but that should give it a bump, right? That should give it a, I'm not letting you out, Whitey. No, that's not happening, darling. Normally I crack, so she's going to keep going. Tzvi Lebetkin, women don't have willies. The Supreme Court made the ruling out too. They don't, right? I know. But again, I don't want to listen. I have different belief structure than a lot of people. I'm not going to force my belief structure on them. And don't force yours on mine, mate. This favorite iron team, the cat will survive to spite you. Or the vet said, just leave it. It's all good. Like, I mean, we'll bring her in tomorrow and she'll look at it. But that's it. Peter Rich says, I so fucking hate Bent Cock. And we know who you're talking about. Can't wait for Stonewall and his career to play. Oh, that's going on right now. Don't you think Stonewall must have got a ton of money from the US government, which is not getting any more? Right? I think that's very, very likely, right? Just so he can rub it in his face. Uncle Tom's Cabbage said, you took a shit on my chest. Well, yes, that's my point. You know, and they're like, well, why are you obsessing about it? Because you took a shit on my chest. Okay, that's the review of Doctor Who tonight. This is the Doctor Who equivalent of somebody taking a shit on your chest. On your bare chest. I want to be clear. Let's not make this sanitized in any way. Rabbi's going off because somebody took a shit on my chest. They did. I didn't finish reading 000 part 3. So I can't review it tonight. I was really into it though. But like I was just like famished because of the cat, right? I hate to tell you. Dr. Alex. And that did throw my Sabbath off somewhat. Plus my wife was really sick. Oh, she was not feeling well last night. Thank God she's feeling better now. But that totally threw my Sabbath off. Let me see what we're up to. Neely B is how you doing, Neely B? At least Eurovision Song Contest isn't the campus thing on TV anymore. That's true. You can put gay porn on and it wouldn't be as camp as this. Camper than gay porn. Just seems like fanfiction. I do everything post-Capaldi is fanfiction to me. And it really is. It really is. Lots of Cross is here. Is there any episode of Doctor Who that isn't shit recently? Oh, I thought the world was actually quite good. Right? No, don't play with that. I need all that. I thought the world was quite good. I thought Shooty Gatwell was. That's the least annoying I've ever seen. No, why do you get down, darling? No. Get down. I know. Oh, this cat does not like being told what to do. We're up to there is no peril, risk, threat, or drama on by regenerating. If you don't die, instead you multiply. It's like Gremlins. But the bi-generation, it's just a shit idea. I mean, like that's really the problem with Doctor Who now. It's just lots of things are shit ideas, right? What am I up to? Our Time was like Josiah Samuel Smith or Ghostlight and former Time, basically, except less entertaining and interesting. That's what I said. I don't know. I just think shitty gotcha. Came out of Tennant's groin, and at the stage, right now, I agree with you. The UK Supreme Court ruled that women don't have willies as well. It's true. It'll get boost night, says Neely B. What follows? Probably about 2 million tops. Yeah. Batsby. After I had a rough Sabbath. I want to tell you. I did not have an easy time, right? Speaking of not having an easy time, let's talk about tonight's episode of Doctor Who. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, first I've got to remember it. Okay. Firstly, let's start off with saying that I don't like Eurovision, right? I think that might be because I'm not queer, right? Now, I don't mind people liking Eurovision, right? But I think there's a lot of the audience that don't like Eurovision that did like Doctor Who, right? I think that's a lot of people. See, Rusty Davis and Juno Dawson both believe the vast majority of people love Eurovision and Doctor Who. I don't. So it starts off and it's annoyingly stupid. Eurovision is starting out and they unfreeze Ryan. What's his name again? Not Ryan, it's Ryland. That's the other thing. I don't know who that guy is. So I don't really care. So they unfreeze Ryland Karp, who's in suspended animation and has been. Look. Let me just point out. At the end of the episode, they say the Earth was destroyed next week, on May 24th, 2025. Right? So somehow they cryogenically froze Ryland Clark this week, and he was saved from the destruction of Earth. See, that's the sort of not thinking things through that they really, really do in this episode. They just don't think things through. But anyway, and it's all just for like, yeah, it's fun. So they unfreeze him, they give him his shiny teeth, and he walks out and he smiles and welcome to the Interstellar Song Contest. And it's what happens? The TARDIS shows up in this very swanky box, right? You've got these like people in the audience go, yeah! And apparently they'll sea devils in the audience, but I didn't see them. But they got sea devils, they got people in the audience all dancing and cheering, and then you got like these fancy boxes. So the TARDIS materialized in the only empty box there, right? And we go, yay! Right? But he gets out the Vindicator. Again, another shit idea. And takes me, and they see they're at Eurovision in space, and Belinda's like, she again. These people believe everybody feels the same way as me. Yeah, the expression on their faces right now. That's it. And this is Eurovision in space. Do you remember when it was exciting when it was like the Orient Express in space? No, yeah, that was good. The Eurovision in space, right? And it's not just similar. This is actually a continuation of Eurovision. But again, they also told you somehow the world was destroyed next week. So how this continued, I don't know. Fine. So you get the titles. Don't like them, and you see Mrs. Flood in the audience. Okay, and fine. So inside the control room, they do this like. I got to get this clip, right, from TED, where they're talking about opening a bar and letting Jews in and not mentioning it. But why are you mentioning it? Yeah, exactly, just like that, right? They hired this woman who, I'm not sure which is there's one offensive word, and I don't want to say it, right? I have no desire to be offensive to anyone or everyone simultaneously. It's personal restricted growth. right? Little person, is that how you pronounce it? Is that the right way? So as the director, like say camera one, camera two, all that, and it really just reeks of them trying to feel good about themselves, right? Rather than think, oh, this person works for this role, right? It just feels like them trying to feel good about themselves. Solar engines are doing solar engines. Then you have somebody working there with horns, and this other guy comes in. Oh no! Then the people who own the box are trying to get into the box that the TARDIS is in, and of course they're a gay couple because no one is straight. Literally, no one is straight anywhere, right? And the droids aren't helping. So they. The droids walk off, and what's going on? They're in the control room. The droids turn on the controllers, and this other guy, Freddie Fox, comes in, the guy with horns, and I think he's pretty darn good in the role, right? That was okay, but this is all just so lightweight and stupid, right? I mean, this is very much the queer Doctor Who, prime queer Doctor Who. So they. Get everybody out of the control booth, and then I think the next plot point is they turn off. They're in a space station, right? Again, this looks like it was a fortune to make. It looks very much like it was in the Imperial Senate, right? It's a space station with this like glass bubble on top, right? All right, and then they start like hacking the bubble. It's like and it's obviously going to explode and pop, right? And the Doctor's like, oh, he jumps down. He's trying to do something. Why doesn't he tell Belinda to get in the TARDIS? Right? Tell Belinda, get in the TARDIS. No, doesn't think to do that because he's a twat. Oh, he's a relentless twat. And then they blow up the dome and everybody gets sucked out. Right? That was where we saw. That's where this image comes from. Right? And again, I'm sorry, their solution to this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Right? They try and equate it to this. Very, very, very poorly, right? Very, very, very poorly. And there's like 100,000 people. They all get through, and somehow, and so and you assume that they're all dead, including the Doctor. Then the other alien with the horns secretly presses a button, and all the boxes close, right? So everybody in those boxes are saved. Fine, and she was like trying to rescue someone. It looked like one of the song contestants that'll be on later. Fine. So the shooter's been sucked out into space, and let me tell you, this is not the first time shooter's been sucked out. No stranger to being sucked out is shooting. And Belinda assumes he's dead, and she's like starts freaking out. And then the bad guys plot, Freddie Fox's plot continues somehow. Oh, wait, I forgot. Beforehand, during all this, Shooting has visions of Susan. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. The more they try and tie it into classic Doctor Who, the more it appears it's not classic Doctor Who at all. Right? And then somebody pointed, do I have a picture of this? Somebody pointed out, and I think this is actually a really, really nice touch. These earrings are the same design as Hartnell's ring, right? So I thought that was a really nice touch. But so she's saying, "No, Doctor, don't stop!" Right? He's having these weird glimpsing visions of Susan for some reason. This is just bad fanfic, right? That's a new Doctor Who toy. Every gets sucked off into space. You don't need the word into space. If there's a shooting toy, don't need into space. Fine. So Belinda's with the singer, who's obviously a main character, going to come at the end, and the two gay guys, right? What's going on there? And then, okay, so Shooty then, as he's freezing, somehow stops freezing. and then grabs one of the glitter cannons from the confetti can. Look, actually even says it on it. 1 second. No, good Doctor Who, you stay over there. Like actually says confetti cannon on it. He's holding it in his groin. I mean, for fuck's sake, really? So he uses the confetti cannon to blow himself off. He was very happy about that. Back into the spaceship. So again, they compare it to this. Again, he's been okay. Doctor was outside for like 4 minutes in Fourth of Doomsday. It seemed like he was outside for 20 minutes, right? So he gets back in. And then he literally says to the camera, "I blew myself in with a glitter cannon." He looks at the camera and says, "Camp," right? Oh, stop! Please make it stop. So they're all. So then Belinda finds out the Doctor's alive because the bad guy gets in contact with the Doctor because he starts like messing stuff up somehow, doctoring that stuff. And what was I going to say? So and so they have a conversation. So Belinda finds out the Doctor's still alive. So she's generally speaking very, very good. And so the Doctor is heading to the control room, and so is Doctor and his team, and so is Belinda and her team. Right. So when they get the Doctor thinks Belinda's dead because she thinks she was sucked out, and so he makes a hologram of himself at first, and the guy doesn't realize it's a hologram, and he shoots it, and it doesn't die. But then, okay, he lectures the bad guy about taking revenge. Again, the whole backstory is something about the Poppy Corporation, the Poppy Honey Corporation, taking the some kind of flower or something from the Hellion, the bad guy's home planet, right? Chris Godwin says, "Hi everyone, another triumph of an episode I was in." Oh God. Again, this one is up there with a rectal exam, right? It's really bad. It's really, 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 really bad. It's relentlessly bad. That's the first gay couple desperate to get on the box I've ever seen. Well, there's a lot of it about maybe. Anyway. Again, this sums up this episode totally, doesn't it? Oy vey. Oh yeah. So then the Doctor says, "Oh, I hate you, it's awful because you just want to take revenge on the Rangers because of this corporation, whatever." And then he says, "But you know what? I found a way, we found a way of you remember in Red Dwarf when they have a hollow whip, so holograms can hurt people and vice versa. So he uses this hollow glove, and then he starts torturing the bad guy, like thousands of times over, just torturing him over and over again. There's 100,000 people floating above the space station. Oh yeah, and he made a thing to make the Mavity field. And Russell, for fuck's sake, can you finally realize some of your ideas are shit, and your best bet is forgetting them? Mavity is shit. Leave the Mavity alone. It is shit beyond shit. Fuck you, Mavity. Oh God, it's so bad. Oh, I mean, again, you've got to have the creative strength to say, "Oh, that's a bad idea. It's not working." Right? No. So, God, this so sums up this episode, this image. Yeah, and it's lengthy amount of time. He's just like, he's not like trying to subdue him. He's literally just hurting him and getting off on it. Right? I've never seen the Doctor do that ever before. Right? He kills reluctantly. Right? I mean, the most vengeful he's ever been, which was Human Nature, Family of Blood. Right? That as I can remember. Right? And where he trapped the what's name in the mirror, and so all this was like incredible justice. Right? There was an incredible poetic justice about everything. Right? This was a man just torturing another person. There was nothing about this. It was disgusting. Right? I'm sure Rosalie Davis has seen the Doctor season 14, probably because of Doctor season 12 or 13, which is likely why he's trying to outdo or hijack the ideas I use. Well, I'm looking forward to getting to the end. I am looking forward to the finale. It's been very good so far, so I am enjoying it. Anyway, so he's torturing him, and then Belinda shows up and says, "Oh, you're alive." While he's torturing him, Susan shows up again. Says, "Stop!" He doesn't listen. No, right? So then they work out they can make a hologram tractor beam and pull in the 100,000 people that were floating outside who were frozen because it's super cold, and then they could revive them using Ryland, what's it called now? Ryland Clark's what's the name? What's the name? Cryogenic pod. And it's like 100,000. Okay, let's say each one takes 10 minutes. All right. It's let's do the math on that. Is it 100,000? 100,000 times 10 is going to be a million, I guess. So a million minutes. So divide that into 60. So that's 16,666 hours. So divide that into 24. Okay, 694 days. That's 2 years. That's 2 years. And then halfway through doing it that way, they start using the boxes, right? The pods that the TARDIS appeared in to get 5 or 10 people back in a go, right? And it's just stupid and makes no sense. And again, it's all about loving Eurovision. And again, this is exactly the same Eurovision, which somehow came from Earth, even though Earth was destroyed. So you find out Earth was destroyed by a hologram of Graham Norton. Is it Graham Norton? Yeah, Graham Norton. Who gives a very good cameo in this, I have to say. This thing should have had a lot more cameos. Like, why wasn't all the musicians like real musicians, right? Jodie shot a girl through a cannon. Sounds about right, but what did you shoot a girl through a cannon? I can't remember. And then Susan asked, if you were a little black girl, how can you be my grandfather? Oh, yeah, I know. But the little girl was let go by Jodie through a cannon Paul Cornell story. Yes, but I wrote another story where Sylvester McCoy's doctor then imprisoned her again, and find out that most of the doctors go around cleaning up after Jodie because she's awful, essentially. Yeah. So anyway, fine. So now they fix the problem. What they do to the bad guy? I can't remember what happens to the bad guy. Maybe they send him to space jail. I don't really care. And they go on, and then that's when they find out the Earth's destroyed. And I think that's where it ends. And then you have a post-title sequence where they revive the very last person. Remember who was in the crowd? Mrs. Flood. So now she bi-generates into this one. She's really good, okay? Genuinely, she's really good. I really like the second one, who feels like the Rani. Lisa Dobson never felt anything like the Rani whatsoever. She was like more of a mythological force, right? And like, again, how is she continually talking to camera? And what, like, I guess I'll explain in the next couple of weeks, but hey, that was a bit shit. That was totally a bit shit. Did not go down well, right? Yeah. So it is, yeah, and then she regenerated, and that's about it, really. So why is Susan in it? Who cares? To get you to watch, I guess. I wonder what the rating will be if it says Ministry of Lies. I think they're going to be up. right? Because it's in between FA Cup and Eurovision. Maybe, I mean, even up, what's up? 2 million, right? If it's usually up, you know it's nothing to do with this episode, but they'll all claim it's because of this. Icky Thump Rabbi, she's the best is there. She brought the glass ceiling. Icky Thump. And the BBC had to fork out for the damage. We're paying for the damage, right? Aaron is more like the runner. That is absolutely true. And you're Romana too. I agree with you. Again, head over to Dr. Alex. That's far better. I wish I could finish. I mean, I could blag it and finish 000, which is a 3-part story. But I really want to give it some justice. It's a good story. It's one of the best stories in it, so I've really enjoyed it. Right? It's essentially the 12th Doctor, Romana and K9. Well, not so much K9 right now. Trapped in a strange world, right? Which I kind of thought was some kind of virtual reality thing. Which it might well be. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's pretty darn good, right? Well written, right? Which this wasn't, right? The Rani is an amoral science experimenting on creating to an order to a universe that suits her wishes. Hope the Rani doesn't turn into a stock villain. Again, the second one really felt that way, right? I thought Nita Dobson was just like Matthew. She felt more like Iris Wildthing, right? And again, I like Nita Dobson a lot, but it just didn't really do it. Okay, it didn't work. So we set up the finale in this. And boy, am I not interested. Right? Boy, am I not interested in any way whatsoever. Right? You did have a little bit of Bucks Fizz in this, which I thought was a nice when they're reviving the 100,000 people who were killed somehow. They bring them back to life. Reverend Steve Ambrose said he saw the Daleks start saying Mel and Kim. The BBC had to fork out the no. Steve Ambrose said I'm not singing Mel and Kim's respectable. That would have been great. That actually would have been funny. But yeah, again, look, it's based on the premise that everyone's queer and likes the Eurovision Song Contest. We're not. We don't. It's based on the premise that queer life is family friendly. It's not. I'll show you many examples of very public queerness that is no way, shape, or form family friendly, and nowhere it should be anywhere near children, right? And most parents will be like, no, not interested, right? There's this inability to understand this is highly niche, right? And believe me, they still can't believe it. Right, that's why they say the race must be some other reason, must be Netflix. Anyway, so that's my first reaction review. Really painful. Yeah, genuinely, really painful. Is it worse than Orphan 55? I think Orphan 55 is still worse because that was more boring. Right. But again, these are just look. Juno Dawson is the perfect writer for this era of Doctor Who, right? Just frothy turds, and that's what the episodes are like, right? Richard, read our last 2 episodes before Rusty's. That's what I'm aiming for. That's 100% what I'm aiming for, right? Yeah, absolutely. Turd of an I totally do want to do that. So yeah, is there anything to recommend this episode for? No, not there. Philip Bogart arrived just a minute too late. If you like Doctor Who, don't watch this. It's not good for you. It's not fun. It's not funny. Yeah, not a recommend at all. Oh, fuck me. Really, really awful, actually. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get Bite to Eat, then I'm gonna head over to Dan's channel, and we'll hear each other's thoughts. I can't imagine anybody's better than mine, but we'll find out. Right? We'll find out who liked it and how. Right? How on earth? With that, in the end broadcast button,